After we left, the Arctic, we took Gerardo's band out to the Middle East. We picked him up at Chatham Dockyard. He come down. Vera Lynn and all them and Gerardo, they flew out because Gerardo, his proper name was Sidney Bright. He lived in a block of flats right opposite Great Portland Street underground station. He just got Albany Street a bit, yeah. And he had a drummer called Murray Berman. Of course, we got put to sea, and as we were going through the Bay of Biscay, it was getting rough. And so he was sitting behind on a so I said, "What's the matter, mate?" He said, "Oh, bad." I said, "Right, sit there, don't move till I come back." I went down the galley, got a bowl of pea soup and a chunk of bread. Got back on deck. I said, "How are you now?" I said, "No." I said, "Right, I'm going to give you something now." I said, "You may think I'm mad, but I said, you've got to line your stomach. You've strained it so much." And I said, "Eat the bread, soup." I said, "If you straight down, don't worry." I said, "It won't embarrass me." I said, "You must line that stomach of yours. You've strained it so too much." Of course, being a midships funnel like, you don't get so much movement either. And he eventually got it down him, and after about an hour or so, he settled a little bit. And of course, I had my own duty to do. I used to pop out. "Are you all right?" "Yeah," so I feel a bit better. Eventually, he goes round through Gibraltar, stops there about a day, and then we carry on to Alexandria. Because in Alexandria, there's a lovely naval fleet club there. The only time I've seen white tablecloths the only people who were barred in the fleet club there was the army. They went in there once and wrecked it, and so the army was banned. But Gerardo's band went round playing till also, and of course we eventually had to take them back home again. Of course, as we come through Gib and that way, I said, "Now don't forget, get plenty of grub in you." And it was a lot better. So when we offloaded them at Chatham when they all got back here again, he come up and thanked me very much. I said, "That's all right," I said, "It's a pleasure." So he said, I was going with my girlfriend that time, the first one. He said, "You got a girlfriend?" "Yeah." I said, "She lives about 10 minutes from you, Cumberland Market," which is a big square used to off of Albany Street there. "Oh," he said, "Well," he said, "look, give me a phone on this number." He said, "When you're back," he said, "I'll take you down the West End to shows." He took me into Ronnie Scott's in them days. And he was very good, like. And different other place, it was the other place alongside near the Palladium. He took me in there. I had a good lead there, So then after we come back there, we done another refit again. And we went out into the Med, went through that was another one, because the Italian bomb aimers in their plane, they had very good sights, on them. And they, so the skippers went down this wake, what it created. And of course the Italian plane, you could hear them, so he come straight back up the wake. So the froth is down that end, and the high tides were bombing that end. He's certainly a good skipper like that, to think of things like that. And eventually we get through, and we get into Alexandria, waited there for a little while, then we went down the Suez, through the Bitter Lakes, out the other end, and we went down, we called in at Aden, and we went down to Freemantle, Australia. That was another experience, because that was waiting for the Australians or New Zealanders to come up. And I was billeted with a bloke outside Perth. He was a jeweller. And he said, I said, "How are you getting on, like?" He said, "Well," he said, "under our ground here, and He said, we've got opals in galore. He said, but nobody to dig them up. He said, because all our service men are in the army or navy or something. He said, the ladies only do war work. I said, well, I've seen opals in Colombo, but I said, I don't know whether they're good or bad or what. So I said, my mate worked for a firm called Brabington's before the war. There used to be a Brabington's at King's Cross, one in up by Fetter Lane somewhere. He said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll lend you my magnifying glass to see any flaws. He said, whatever you pay for them, I will double it. And we had about 60 quid each, that's all we had, me and mate. And we went and saw that, saw the bloke in Colombo. And I said, do you want to do a lot of business? He said, yes, boss. I said, right. I said, I want opals with no flaws in whatsoever. He said, I got some. I said, right, we're buying for you. I said, provided they got no flaws, I said, the man in South Africa will pay you a good price for them. And that's what we done. So my £60 become £120. So did I, mate, because two of us were in it. In the end, we get up to £400 each. And of course, we come out of Simonstown dock, and we started coming up. I thought, oh, we're going up to Persian Gulf, we're going to start escorting it down. And all of a sudden, we ought to port. So the skipper says, so I suppose you want to know where you're going, like? So I said, yeah. And he said, well, you're going to go into Simonstown and do a refit. And of course, everybody's going, right, like. I said, we don't want to go there. I mean, we had 400 nickel each, and we could have bought a house pre-war. And yeah, we had a vision of making it 800, like, you know. That's, I stopped with people in South Africa. The lady actually, she went out 25 years before I got to see her, like, and she lived in Chalk Farm. You know Chalk Farm area? Yeah, Haverstock Hill and all that there. And she was very helpful for that. And the pub we was at called the Narrogin Inn. We used to ride in on horses, tie them up. No, and we got there, like, and then after a while, you know, they had more convoy work to do, so we went out and brought the New Zealanders and us know that. Then eventually we go in, fixed a depot in Colombo, you know, Trincolmalee, like, which is the old, they call it Sri Lanka now, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big harbour there. And then a ship come in there, and I don't know what happened, it went into a dry dock. Supposed to, you know, the Yankee one, the dry dock. And during the night, we didn't half hear a noise. The dock had actually collapsed. And all the hawsers holding the boat in the dock. And we had divers aboard us. And the next day, the crew and they go with there with pumps and that. And eventually, because if one of them wires gone, it cut you in half, you know. So they eventually got rid of it. And we went back on board ship again, and went ashore. And we had a place there, sort of naffy place, but the ceiling or the hut was all straw, and you felt lousy. So a couple of seamen sat there alight. Off another ship, just sat there alight. I said, I burn the bugs. It was amazing, it was, you know, to see it happen like that. They built a new place, and I was talking to a wren there, like, she was in China Bay, just round the corner. I said, what do you do with yourself in China Bay? I said, you can look out onto the bay itself. Yeah, she said. She said, you know when it pours and rains, she said. I said, yeah. She said, we watch all you blokes having a bath on deck. I said, that's all you got to do. You know, but that was the humour them days, you know, it's just humour that. When the Japs capitulated at Sabang, in Sumatra there, they sent them, come alongside it then, I think it was a colonel or something, to sign a peace treaty for that area. Of course, this crowd of us, all the deck was full, but some of us went on X turret and Y turret, so we looked down and see him. And of course, as he come up the ladder, we all booed him. When we saw the state of the prisoners of war they got, oh, they were like skeletons. Anyhow, you know what Skipper done? Got the Royal Marines with fixed bayonets to clear us off the upper deck. I said, here, George, what's happening? He said, I have no allegiance to you. He said, my allegiance is to the Queen as a Royal Marine. And that was it. So he just, but, yeah, we booed him, we did. Then we went from there, I went round to Sydney. We only stopped there, and we went out to the other two smaller islands outside, like, and what's his name? The big fat king. And what, Queen Charlotte, was it? Queen Charlotte, her dad, it was it. He went about 20 stone, he did, huge man. And we went ashore there, because she came to the Queen's wedding, didn't she, when it poured the rain in the coach. Just sat there, didn't worry her. Yeah, Queen Charlotte. Yeah, I've been to Tonga, Fiji. I've got around the 2.5 hour boat then. It's, and after that we came back home